Thank you so much for joining me at City Craft Club. Today we are going to be drawing in glitter using our Cricut machine. This is a little hack that I discovered a few months ago, and I've been using it for everything from greeting cards to the little project we're going to be making today, which is a little homage to summer with this lobster, which I think is rather adorable. Of course, if you're not into crustaceans or lobster rolls, you can absolutely change up the design once we get into Cricut Design Space. I have, as always, linked each of the products, tools, materials, and programs, including Cricut Design Space, that we'll be using in this tutorial for super easy access in the video description below. So just click down there for everything in one place. So without further ado, let's get started and head on over to the craft table and take a closer look at the supplies that we'll be using. So the first thing that we need to do is to remove the pen adapter that is probably already in your clamp A. Put your finger underneath and you're going to have to push up really, really hard. Honestly, I sometimes feel like I'm breaking my machine, but you're not. Okay, there we go. Okay, once it's pushed up, you're going to take it out to replace it with our handy, trusty pen adapter. And the first part of the pen adapter kit is this little calibrator. And frankly, I think it's the most annoying part of this whole project, but you only have to do it once so that your machine recognizes the pen that you are putting in as a pen that can actually work with the Cricut. Essentially, you're going to want it like this. So this little bridge shape is going to go down flat on your Cricut underneath the area where your pen would touch. So as you can see, I've obviously calibrated a lot of pens already, hence all the pen marks. So that is going to go underneath the pen slot, and then this little bit is going to go right underneath so it's flush with the little block that's between clamp A and clamp B. So once you've inserted your calibrator, now you're going to grab the second part of the pen adapter kit. It has this handy little twisty knob to tighten and loosen. And to insert it, we are going to simply pop it in to clamp A, close the clamp, and now we are going to grab our handy quickie glue pen and simply insert into the pen adapter and then tighten until it's pretty tight and feels secure and it doesn't really wobble around. Have the tip of your pen sitting right on the pen adapter surface, and then you can remove the little plastic bit once you've calibrated your pen. Below in the video description, you will find a link to this lobster file. Simply click on it and it will bring you automatically to this screen in Design Space. And all you have to do from here is press Make It. This will bring you to a preview screen. Choose your material size on the left-hand corner and then press Continue. Wait for your Cricut to connect via Bluetooth or via USB, depending on what you're using. I'm using Bluetooth here, of course. Now it's time to set our base material, which is the cardstock or the paper that you're using to draw on. So I'm pressing Browse All Materials and searching for heavy cardstock, which is what I'm personally using. Of course, if you're using, say, regular printer paper or another material, choose that. Press Done. For pressure, I like to select default or more pressure for this particular project just to ensure that the glue really adheres to the paper. Next, we're going to load our quickie glue pen into clamp A. Ignore the fact that it says red 0.4 pen here. Cricut just doesn't know that we're using a pen adapter. In clamp B, we're going to load our fine point blade, which is just the regular old standard Cricut blade that comes with your machine. Close the clamps, smooth your cardstock or other material onto a standard grip cutting mat, and load the mat by pressing the flashing arrow button. Wait a few seconds, until you see the go button begin to flash. And once it does, press it, et voila. All right, so we're done drawing. Our Cricut is about to cut out our 5x7 shape, and then we'll be ready to sprinkle with glitter. Glitter ready, everyone. And you'll want to remove your creation before you put glitter all over it, away from your Cricut, so you don't get glitter in your Cricut. So I'm actually just gonna close mine up. All right, here we go. Ready for something really cool? All right, you can see my lobsters in glue, and we're just simply going to sprinkle glitter over top. To shake mine around a little bit just to ensure everything is evenly coated in glitter. I'm going to get rid of this excess glitter, remove the excess paper, and gently pull your mat away from your project. I find that this helps the paper to not bend quite so much. It looks pretty delicious in my opinion. Definitely don't have to do this, but as you can see, I've glued on a beady little eye. I used these gems that I had just lying around. I will link them below in the description in case you're interested, but again, totally optional. Use the black gems, which come in a bevy of sizes. I chose this sort of larger size for my lobster's eyes. And to adhere, I used my trusty Hypo Cement Craft Glue. I will also link that below. It has a super fine nozzle. I'm just sort of cleaning it off because it comes out really quickly. Just do the tiniest dollop of glue. That's enough. Grab my tweezers. Do it super carefully though, because you don't want this flying around. And then place onto the eye area. And there you have it. A more realistic looking lobster with some beady eyes. So lovely of you to join us. If Mochi would kindly step out of the way. Thank you, doll.